Okay, so hello everybody. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about something. Okay? This is just all gonna be about my opinions and what I believe that I know. And it all starts with this video here. Mm-hmm. 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 It was no, that wasn't it. Mm-hmm. Okay, mm-hmm. Yeah, here it is. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Two medical experts.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Mm-hmm.
Brendan was in the special needs program, diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, sensory disorder, behavioral impulse control disorder, mood disorder, and ADHD. The video, the outrage, the calls for justice, igniting national debate. Body camera footage shows Brendan's arrest.
Stand up for me. Put your hands behind your back.
Am I going to jail?
Yes, you are.
For how long?
I do not know. I don't make that determination.
Brendan, now 18, has been in jail since the February 2023 attack, charged with aggravated battery on elected official or education employee.
This was just when he was a little kid.
Brendan's story began in Hillsborough County.
We were his foster parents. He came to us when he was 5 months old.
Hang on.
I did from the very beginning because I had homeschooled him. I was told that all of their clients go to public school. Look at it for like the first 4 or 5 months. It's horrifying.
Okay,
It's absolutely horrifying. I just want people to know that I am so sorry for what had happened.
We contacted the victim, Joan Nadich, currently on personal leave.
Yep.
She has been with the Flagler County school system for 20 years, working as a
This
paraprofessional
is something
for
I
3.
don't blame her
Nadich
for doing.
suffered broken ribs and a concussion. In text, she told me what happened at Matanzas High School on February 21st is on video for the world to see, and I hope the court shows no mercy on January 31st. Adding, he is not the victim in my situation. Mrs. Deppa needs to stop blaming everyone for her failure as a parent. Over the next 2 weeks, I followed up with Nadich multiple times to see if she would agree to an interview. I never heard back.
I mean, I understand why she's angry. I'm just torn. I feel so bad for Joan that, yeah, he did something horrible, but he has a disability.
This could be a death sentence for Brendan.
While Flagler County Schools would not agree to an interview, citing privacy concerns, a substitute teacher for the district did. We traveled to meet Jean Lopes, who has 30 years of experience working in special education.
Getting people to fill these roles is difficult.
The first time
Okay, so in my opinion, here's the thing, right? As a person like myself who has kind of on the severe form of autism, I'm on the middle spectrum. I'm not severe, but I'm not mild either. or however way it goes. I'm just in the middle. But I also have chromosome disorder. I also have a rare chromosome disorder, which causes me to be exhibiting a lot of the behaviors of like a person with OCD or a person that is psychotic, you know? Like, if somebody says something or does something I don't like, I will feel justified to want to beat them people up. I feel like vengeful kind of thing, and that's a psychotic type tendency in many ways. But I also have behaviors like an OCD that like I gotta have everything organized. Like once everything was organized, I feel I have to keep that, like where my clothes go, everything has to go in a specific order. And my bed, if my bed's not made in the correct way, I will get frustrated kind of, you know? And I do go into spurts too where I myself get freaked out and get paranoid in that. And I will admit myself that I have had my phone taken away. And trust me, it's enraging. It is very, very, very enraging. Like, and trust me, I did want to beat up my mom. Probably I did. And there was one point in time where I remember I did. When this was even before cell phones even existed. You know, when they were just starting to become popular. Like, the first year or two of high school, my very first high school, right? One time I acted out, she took away my TV time and for like the weekend and something. I got so enraged that I yelled at her and I think I attacked her. And you know what, as ridiculous as that sounds, you know, my mom, being the parent that she is, was still trying to teach me that my actions have consequences. I didn't ever hear her say that, you know, that Lee's behaviors are inappropriate, but yet she has a disability. She knows that, but it's, you know, from the outside looking in, it's kind of like a parent saying that, yeah, their child is violent, as much as that is horrifying. And there's no excuse for that. You know, from the outside looking in my opinion, it's like, but he has every right to do that. Or he has a reason to do so. Right? Like, no. You know? Yeah, sure, you might have a disability, and yeah, sure, you might have issues that you can't be born with, that you might be born with that I can't control, like I myself, but that doesn't mean that we can't learn that bad actions or bad behaviors, maybe even both, have bad consequences, have bad outcomes, right? We're no different than anybody else. So what if we have this disability? So what if an autistic person went to school and started shooting up a bunch of people? Right? Just because he has autism, that doesn't make him doesn't make him any less responsible than any other school shooter out there. You know? He still is responsible for killing a bunch of people. Right? And that kid is responsible for like stomping on that teacher's head and breaking her ribs. Like, he could have killed her. And I get it, in the time he may not have realized that. But we shouldn't make excuses. We shouldn't really say, well, but our children have disabilities and that's why they do that. You know, because the majority of them aren't taught that way. Majority of them, you know, despite the fact that their disabilities may cause them to be like that, they still have been taught that you know, their bad behaviors and or actions have consequences, and majority of them have become good careers. Majority of them are very, very, very nice people. Like, I'm on the Special Olympics. And at times, I was about the only person who have reacted in a more inappropriate way at times when I wasn't happy. Other than that, there are plenty of people there that had the opportunity to want to beat somebody up, but they didn't because they know better. They have been taught not to be like that, right? Majority of them, I never seen any of them yelling at anybody. I never seen any of them try to pick a fight with anybody just because they weren't happy with something, or, you know, I haven't seen them try to beat anybody up. Everybody there is friends. Everybody there are friends and everybody gets along, you know? Because, in my opinion, it's like the majority of them are taught. And yeah, while I might still not be in control of my emotions, like 31 years old, I still feel justifiable. But I am fully aware of my thoughts and my feelings now. Because of my mom taught me that, you know, those actions have consequences. I learned to associate over time that if I behave this way or why she's doing it, that's why she's doing it. And instead of feeling vengeful and enraged, you know, I guess at the time I do, but then pretty quickly I feel pretty stupid that I even refused to listen to her or do what my parents asked me to do. So, yeah, and I'm not even on the lowest, I'm not even on the mild form of autism, nor am I on the severe. I'm in the middle. So, I am probably have an IQ probably the same as he does, you know? I probably, because of my behaviors and because of everything, people would probably label me as a lower IQ as well. Because I have a rare chromosome disorder as well as autism. And because I have all these tendencies that mimic a couple of other disorders out there, you know? And so, yeah, as well as it is very hard, I remember